Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nacho Problems, where we turn ordinary recipes into extraordinary nachos. I'm Nacho Queen, but you can call me M. Next week here in the US is Thanksgiving, and that means different things to different people. It could mean Grandma's homemade pies or Aunt Edith's famous stuffing. It could mean gathering around the TV to watch football or the Macy's parade. It usually means awkward conversations that remind you why you only see that side of the family a few times a year. But it also means the American Kennel Club's National Dog Show. So this week, we honor the furry member of the family with dog-friendly nachos. Now, I would like to offer a disclaimer. While all the ingredients in today's recipe are generally considered safe for dogs, they might not be right for your dog. Dogs are just like people, they can have allergies and intolerances, so be sure to consult your vet before offering your dog something new. So let's get started. Step 1, the chips. For the chips, we'll be making some baked chicken treats. This recipe is from the AKC's website, link in the description. For this, we need a 10-ounce can of chicken, including liquid, 2 eggs, 1 cup tapioca flour, half a cup all-purpose flour, and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. We're going to start by adding the chicken and eggs to Cuisinart Garfunkel here and blending until smooth. I will warn you, it's rather, fragrant. Then we're going to pour that into a bowl and add in both flours and mix well. Next, add in the oil. You might want to heat this up slightly to help incorporate it better. I just used it straight from the jar and it didn't even want to come out of the spoon, let alone mix into the batter. But once you've got it fully mixed, we're going to pour it onto a lined baking sheet. Then it's into the oven at 350 for about 12 minutes. Now, just allow these to cool while we move on to Step 2, the cheese. For our cheese, we're going to use pumpkin puree, some milk, and some water. Be sure to get the plain canned pumpkin and not the pie filling, as it tends to have spices mixed in that might not be good for your pupper. All we need to do is mix some of the pumpkin with a bit of milk until it's more of a pourable consistency. Don't use more than about 1/4 cup of milk and switch to water if it's still too thick at that point. I think that'll probably work for our cheese. Next up is Step 3, the toppings. For our toppings, we've got some green beans and some carrots. I'm just going to chop these into some puppy-sized pieces and we can move on to Step 4, let's eat. Well, not us personally, but you know, the furry ones. We're going to start by slicing our treats into chips. Now we'll arrange these on a plate. I should point out this plate will be feeding 3 taste testers today. Next, we'll add some of our pumpkin sauce, and finally top with some green beans and carrots. And there we have it. Let's present it to our critics. First up, we've got Stinky. She's not too sure about the chips, but she likes the green beans and the pumpkin. Next up is Shaky, who thinks green things are evil, but was all for the chips. And finally, the ancient and beloved Sniffy, who's not the neatest eater, but she eventually licked the floor clean. Overall, the nachos were a hit. The chips were a bit more chewy than crispy, which would be ideal if your pup's teeth aren't what they used to be. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a like and please consider subscribing if you want to see more nacho videos. If you have an idea for a future video, you can leave a comment below or tag me on the site previously known as Twitter. I'm at NachoProblemsYT. I've also linked my Blue Sky below, but you won't find me on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. And if you're looking to steal my apron, well, that's Nacho merch, but you can get your own at a link in the description. Now, I usually like to end these videos with a silly joke, but just a few weeks after filming this, we had to say goodbye to Sniffy. She was a rescue, and so while no one knows her age for sure, she was somewhere upwards of 13, and her health declined devastatingly quickly in her final weeks. She was well loved and is well missed, so please enjoy these images of her best times. And I hope the loss of your furry friend is not your problem for a very long time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.